Taking a look at some dark skies to the south and southeast of the town of Elizabeth up here on the Palmer Divide. This tower is a live camera on top of the Vero wireless tower. There was some large hail in there briefly, but the storm is kind of fluctuating back and forth. You can see it here on radar, the strongest part of that heading down Highway 86 towards the Lyman area, but the severe weather likely staying to the north. Here in the Denver metro area, same thing, a few storms moving through the area, but they're all kind of headed into an environment that's a little bit more conducive for severe weather. There is a tornado watch here in the northeast part of the state, including several counties like Weld and Morgan and Logan counties. We'll be watching these storms as they move through this area over about the next 5 hours. This goes until 10 o'clock. Elsewhere on the Front Range, some heavy rain showers. We do have one flash flood warning in the hills to the west of Trinidad and also on the south end of the San Luis Valley. So there is still some very heavy rainfall in those clouds. And here in the Denver metro area, we're not seeing that. We're not really expecting too much of the heavy rain, although we could get a sprinkle or two over the next couple of hours as we go towards that Rockies game, which will be broadcast on Channel 20 as the partnership between 9 News and the Rockies continues here this summer. 6:10 first pitch here. We're looking like temperatures mainly in the 70s with a pretty low chance to see a sprinkle or two here across the early part of that game. So not too bad for baseball tonight. Here's Futurecast showing that situation developing as we go through tonight. Maybe a couple more showers in the Denver area, but here's where we're really watching up here to the north and east of Denver, in between Fort Morgan and Sterling tonight. These storms could carry a brief tornado and also some 1.5 to 2.5 inch hail. So that's about the size of an apple. And then those storms will move through that part of the area. Gone from the state likely by 10 o'clock. And here's the threat for tomorrow. Similar, but further towards the east, right along the Colorado state line. We'll be watching this, another risk for some large hail and some damaging winds as we go into the day tomorrow. Here's Futurecast for tomorrow. There will be some thunderstorms across the Front Range as well. Probably pretty isolated, but Denver could likely catch one of these showers, likely not severe weather. Like I said, out here on the eastern plains, that's where we'll be watching for the larger hail and damaging wind gusts. But we could have rain in the area along the Front Range all the way until 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Temperatures, not too bad. Might even stay below 90 for most of us here across the area. Still just kind of modest heat for us, but out on the western slope, the heat continues. And it also will stay dry. Updated drought monitor showing the red here, that's the extreme drought expanding once again this week. And we also saw the severe drought increase right here through La Plata County. So we stay dry on the western slope. And in fact, it's so dry tomorrow, combined with the heat and winds, that we'll have a fire weather warning in place for most of the western slope there. Fires will be very difficult to fight tomorrow if they get started, so be very careful on the western slope. And here's your 7-day forecast in Denver. Looks like the heat is coming back starting Monday.